All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Anthony, and this is... Oh, no, he's not here. So it's just me this week, and this is what's happening at Myrtle Beach Games Conway and Myrtle Beach Games and Comics this week. A change in our format is Force Friday is no longer a thing, apparently, and now we're calling it Sith Saturday. I have not been given any information, and Philip isn't here to fill out whatever that information should be. But I don't know what time it starts, so I would say you're probably good if you show up around 4 or 5 o'clock, and probably goes all night. So Sith Saturday instead of Force Fridays. It's the same thing. All right, so board games that are good for Halloween. We got 5 recommendations, I believe. I think these all come from Philip. So let's see how he did. First game is Mansions of Madness. It's a Cthulhu game, runs off an app, story-driven. Makes it cool is you can pause the game if it's taking too long, and then when you come back the next day, the app sets it right back up to where you left off, and you can continue on. And also, if you fail a mission in it, it is mission-based. If you fail a mission in it and you have to go back and replay the mission, the app will actually change the mission up so it doesn't get stale. It's actually a super fun game. It's in my top 5 games of all time, so take it for what it is. And definitely pick it up for Halloween. Mysterium. So one player plays the ghost, and then all the rest of the players, up to 4 other players, I believe, they play investigators trying to figure out who murdered this ghost, what they murdered him with, and where the murder occurred. Sort of like Clue. But the ghost gives clues to the investigators individually that are these images, art images, and you're trying to figure out how these art images give you clues to the next step you have to discover. And then whoever gets it wins. You know, multiple people can win, or just one person can win, whatever. Or nobody. A couple times I played it, nobody figured it out. So, Obscurio. Well, very similar to Mysterium. Kind of weird that we picked both of these games for this. The big difference in this game from Mysterium is the pictures are obscured. That's why they call it Obscurio. But it's essentially the same thing. One player plays the ghost, gives clues. Investigators have to figure it out. Definitely pick this one up. I actually think this one, I haven't played this one yet, but it actually sounds a little more interesting to me. This one's new. Ticket to Ride. Ghost Train. It's basically a kid's Halloween version of Ticket to Ride. So you want to play a game with the family that's Halloween based, or at least spooky. Ghost Train is it. You should definitely get this one. Zombicide. It's my number 2 game of all times. This game is phenomenal. So basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. There's a whole bunch of zombies that appear, and the more experience you get, the more zombies appear, and the swarm gets bigger, and you have to keep the herd down. And then you have objectives you have to meet, and it is mission based, and it's actually got a lot of replayability. In the second edition, comes with like 22 missions in it or something like that. But you can easily just throw 9 tiles up there, lay objectives all over the place, put up spawn points and say, okay, we have to get all the objectives and reach the exit, and just have a random game. So infinite replayability. I've been playing this now, I don't even know, 10 years, 7, 8 years, whatever. Okay, so this is a campaign box. No, this is the character box, right? This is the investigator pack. Yeah. For some reason, they do the investigator pack before the campaign box. So this is the investigator pack for Arkham Horror Scarlet Keys, the card game. So if you play that game, come pick this one up. And I believe that the campaign box should be in soon.
Isn't Arkham Horror Arkham Horror.
That you had
That Lovecraft kind of thing too.
Yes. Well, so both Mansions of Madness, Arkham Horror. There's a couple more Eldritch Horror. They're all Lovecraft games, all Cthulhu-based games. So you're an investigator, group of investigators trying to figure out what the cultists are up to, and the cultists are trying to bring back, the Cthulhu. They're trying to, Bloodborne, we got a restock of that. We still have some of these left. Very few, actually. So basically, there were 2 games based in this world. There was Dark Souls and there's Bloodborne, made by 2 different companies. This one is the one that's a little bit more accessible. The minis are beautiful. It's a cool mini or not game, so it's easy to get into and easy to play. And it's super fun.
Unlike the actual
Bloodborne. So if you really like to lose a lot and then you play the video game Bloodborne, or you can get the board game of Dark Souls, which is very much like the video game. Catan, what is this Catan?
Dawn of Humankind.
You know what? I'm Catan's been coming out with all of these weird alternate board games that are kind of based in the world of Catan, with a little bit of Catan strategy to it, but not exactly Catan. This is one of them. I haven't had a chance to play it, but this is one that looked like it was interesting enough for me to actually open up and give it a shot. So if you come down and buy it, you need to play it with me once. And you should come down and get it, because I want to play it. Oh, we did get a restock of these, but they are going fast. There's not too many left. I believe there's maybe 2 cases left of this. So if you still want these Warhammer Commander decks, you need to get in here quickly. But today is Wednesday. You're not going to see this till Friday. They'll probably be gone by then, but doesn't hurt to come check it out.
Are the decks on flavor with actual Warhammer?
Yes, they are definitely the Tyranids or Swarm decks. It is definitely on point as far as that goes. They're not the strongest decks, but there's a couple cards that are going to be staple EDH cards that people are going to want. This is the Essentials kit. Which is kind of cool. It's a little bit more than a starter kit. It comes with the adventure, but it's got a DM screen and a little more beef to it than a starter kit. But it's basically the same thing. The Rick and Morty adventures, D&D adventures. I'm not a Rick and Morty fan, but if I was, I would probably want to play this. So it's D&D, but it's Rick and Morty. I don't understand how that works, but whatever. Spelljammer. This is the triple book set. I think we've already done this here once, but we did get a restock because we sold out. So if you're into Spelljammer and you came in and we were out of them, come back. We've got them. All right. What is that? See, I can't read any of this one.
The Adult Solar Dragon and Prince Exilith.
From what set? Oh, from Spelljammer. Okay. All right, so adult what dragon?
Adult Solar Dragon.
Solar dragon. Oh, makes sense. Spelljammer. Gotcha, because of the solar sails and all that. Yep. Space Dragon, and a prince. I actually never played Spelljammer because when it came out, and I believe it was, I want to say it was 3rd edition or 3.5. Yeah, I think it was one of those 2. They never completed it. It wasn't done, so I never really got into it.
Is the Astral Dreadnought from Spelljammer.
That thing looks sick. Astral Dreadnought from Spelljammer. I don't know. I thought it was a demon, but apparently not. It's just some big creature. So I saw this. This is pretty crazy. So they're basically making minis based on the original Monster Manual, using sculpts that match the original Monster Manual. I don't know if that's... Oh yeah, okay, that's accurate. That's the Carrion Crawler back there and the Ankh. So yeah, I mean it's got a Beholder, a Carrion Crawler, an Ankh, Cockatrice, Chimera, Bullet. There was something else. It's kind of cool. Okay, some more Spelljammer guys.
These look like HeroClix booster box.
Yes, that's exactly what they are. They're booster. They're blind boosters for Spelljammer. So we got some of those in. There should be some at both stores. I know we sold a case or 2, but I think we got 4 cases. So I think there's still some left. Total Monk. This one's a premium one. Maybe it's not a restock. So it's a premium one, which just means it's painted. All right, so this is the new Digimon set. We got it a little late. We'll have this by the time you see this video, we'll have them. We got the dash packs. If you buy a box, you get 2 dash packs, all that stuff. So if you're a Digimon person, and there seems to be more and more of you every day, we'll have some booster boxes and booster packs for you. So come on and get them. Wow, it's been that long? Holy crap. All right, so we got these like 3 weeks ago, I believe. These are basically dual decks, Renar and Dorinthia. Sure. It's basically a set of dual decks. So like if you were a Magic player, if you remember back in the day, elves versus goblins, blah, blah, blah. All those dual decks. Flesh and Blood is starting to do that. And apparently these decks are really good right out of the box. Not much you have to do to them to make them competitive. So if you want to get into Flesh and Blood, probably better than picking up a Blitz deck. You come get these classic battle decks. We got a restock of Everest. Most of that is going to be in Conway. That's where our community is. So, we have some of it here too, but in Saukesty. But definitely, if you want to get into the game and start playing it, Conway is the place to go. They play every Saturday. And I believe they play on Thursdays too. Mutant Genesis, the new Marvel Champions. It's an expansion, so it's basically an event. So this sets up a whole different way of playing, so like an expansion would. All right, then we got Cyclops and Phoenix, obviously, because we're doing the mutants. So, all right, Crisis Protocol. We got Red Skull and Hydra Troopers. That is a sick-looking Red Skull sculpt. Damn. All right, so even if you don't play this game, and most people don't, most of the people who come in and buy these just love having the Marvel minis, because the only other way to get Marvel minis is HeroClix, and they're they are what they are. So these look sick. Oh man! So these are the Mark IV Sentinels.
Yeah.
All right. They do look cool. So if you want to kill your mutant models, these are the guys that'll do it. All right. So let's talk about the Charizard box. So the Charizard box will be getting in here soon. Probably by time you see this, we'll already have them. And they're very limited, and they're going to kind of drip in. So like the first day we get them, we're going to get 8 of them. And then we're going to get 6 of them another day. And then we'll probably get another 8. And then we'll get another 6. So you really have to keep an eye on our Facebook and see when these hit the store, because when they hit the store, your time is limited. Get your ass down here. It's expensive. I think it's $120, but it's people have been calling and asking, and can we reserve one? We don't reserve these types of things because we never know if we're going to get allocated, and we did. We got allocated, so they cut our amount into 2 shipments instead of sending it all at once. If we had pre-sold them, people would have been pretty upset. So these will be in tomorrow or the next day, I believe. These are stackable tins. These are replacing the Pokeballs. 2 packs in a tin, that type of thing. Just little stackable tins instead of Pokeballs. Okay, so somebody asked me for this, and I think I know who it was. Matter of fact, I gotta message him. That should be coming in any day now. I know he's been pretty excited for this game. So, I don't understand it. I haven't looked at it. So, but anyway, if you want to get into this game, I think you're going to have to go to the Conway store. I believe that it was the Flesh and Blood guys who asked me to grab this. So, I'm going to message them later and find out if it actually was. Most of it will go to the Conway store. We'll keep a little bit here in Saukesty just to see if there's any interest. More starter sets. So, it looks like we got the Baratheons up in the upper right-hand corner. The Greyjoys right there. Night Watch and Targaryens. So these are restocks, obviously. We go through a lot of starter sets. There's a lot of people playing this game, so we just gotta herd them like cats so they all play at the same time on the same day. The House Martell. So we did get more of these because the first batch went super quick. We sold through the first 8 in like 3 hours. It was stupid. But we did get 4 more, so there should be 2 in each store. So if you still want to get into Martell's, we got some. Oh, here we go. Here's all the expansions. The Sand Skirmishers. I don't know anything about this game, to be honest with you. So I do know when we get to the ones that people say are good, I know what they're going to be. So Sand Skirmishers, Dervishes, Sunspear Dervishes, those, Bannermen and all that. So Royal Guard, that's one of the ones that you need to get. I think you need 2 of those, so I need to order more of those because I think we're sold out. I think we got 1 left, but I think you need 2 of those. And then this is the big one. Yeah, where's the heroes one?
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
All right, he doesn't have it, but the heroes box, and we have the heroes boxes. You need basically 2 of the Royal Guards, and you need 1 hero box. For sure. The other ones are good to have too, but those 3 boxes you need to make it the competitive list that's been going around. And then you can fight against every other Martell because apparently everybody's playing Martell right now. Wow, it has been forever. We still have these. Okay, so Legion did this thing where they originally they split up the starter boxes. Where they took the clones and the separatists and separated them and created their individual starter boxes with extra minis in it, an extra unit or 2. Now they're just making particular units, particular armies. This is the Echo-based Defenders. So it's Leia, it looks like Chewbacca, Tauntaun Rider, and a bunch of Rebel scouts and soldiers and stuff. So, oh, Philip would love this. That we're talking about this. This is the first expansion for the Transformers deck building game. I don't know what it's called. I can't read it from here, but I'm sure the name gives away what's in the box. I don't play this, so I don't play deck builders. Philip would talk about this for about 20 minutes, but. If you're into Transformers, you're into deck builders, this is the game for you. Come get it. Core rulebook for role-playing, for their role-playing game. So, if you want to, I guess, play as a Transformer, I don't know if you get to play as the Transformer or the little human buddies of the Transformers. I guess you would play as the Transformers.
So do you make up what your robot transforms into?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, if you go by the movies, they can transform into anything. That's just what they read. You know what I mean? What they scan, and they can become it as long as it's within their size.
So if this is anything like D&D, this can probably go off the rails real fast.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. The Silver Tempest pre-release that's going to happen in Socastee, in the Myrtle Beach Games and Comics location. It's going to happen Friday night at midnight. Now that's the competitive version of it, where the 3 packs that you would get during a normal pre-release, you only get 1 of them, and the other 2 go towards prize support. That'll be split amongst the top. So it's Friday night at midnight. I guess that's Saturday morning at midnight, whatever, however you want. Friday night at 11:59. I'll make it nice and easy, and that's always super fun. I play in that one. So, and then Saturday at 1:30 in the Socastee location. That's a typical pre-release where we do the pizza, all that. You come in, you sit down, you play your 3 rounds. You get 3 packs at the end. Sometimes we just give them at the beginning so you can build with all of them. And then you're done. That's it. And then the same thing happens again on Sunday at 2 o'clock. And Chris is calling me. Hey, Chris, you're live on what's happening in Myrtle Beach Games this week.
This is very nice. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
So you're going to be at any of the Silver Tempest pre-releases, Chris?
If I am, I will make sure to beat a small child.
So I was just telling him Sunday at 2 p.m. will be the pre-release in the Conway location, and that'll be with the pizza, the whole 9 yards. Sunday in Conway is going to be the pre-release for Silver Tempest. It starts at 2 o'clock, and it'll have the pizza, the whole 9 yards. and you'll get the 3-packs either at the beginning or the end, and that'll be it. You'll be done. Play your 3 rounds and go home. It'll be super fun, and you should definitely come check it out. We will have extra kits. I don't know if we'll have extra kits in Conway. Conway has still been allocated pretty much down to nothing. We'll have 40 kits, so enough for 40 players. Hopefully, there's some left over. Okay, so that's it. Make sure you come down for the Pokemon pre-release. And that means if there's a Pokemon pre-release this week, I'm assuming that the Magic pre-release will be next week. I haven't really checked our schedule, and I haven't looked at our, when things are coming. But I would assume the Magic pre-release is next week, the Pokemon pre-release is this week, then both the Magic and the Pokemon physical release will be the week after. So we will be taking pre-orders for both the Brothers War, the Magic Dominaria Brothers War, and we'll be taking pre-orders for Silver Tempest, starting tomorrow on Silver Tempest, and then probably both. Probably start tomorrow on Brothers War and Silver Tempest. Make sure you come down and do that. I think that's everything. I think that's what's happening in Myrtle Beach Games this week. I did it without Philip. I think Philip will be back next week. He better be back next week. We hired somebody to work Tuesdays over in Conway. Philip is actually hard at work. Well, let's see if he's hard at work. I'm actually going to check this out. No. Now, Philip's just hanging out in Conway, so he's lonely. You should go over there and hang out with him. Of course, when you see this, Philip won't be there. All right. That's what's happening in Myrtle Beach Games this week. I'm Anthony, and that was not Philip. And Juan's over there. He didn't want to be on camera. I asked him. He didn't want to be on camera. All right. So, see you next time.